As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid. And I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful. And I apologize to you guys. And Slick Daddy, I apologize to you guys, my sponsors and Twitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and NBs, welcome back once again, and we're talking about Dr. Piss Inspect once again today, because apparently there's just hordes of brain-dead victims of divorce court who must be trying to sleep with teenagers themselves because they're out here falling on the sword for Dr. Disrespect, that, or it's just simply the fact that it makes them feel all warm and fuzzy when he calls them champ. Super weird, either way, it's gross, and you're disgusted. Throughout this video, I'm gonna make it absolutely undeniable that he did what he's accused of doing without a shadow of a doubt. But before we get into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you are new here. And on that note, let's get into this information. Now, like I said, there are hordes of just brain dead losers commenting about how, oh, you don't know what he did. No one knows what he did. Once again, let's remind that he has the chat logs and he can release those chat logs. Don't believe me? Here's him mocking someone for asking him to release said chat logs.
Show the message! Release the messages! Show the messages!
What are we in second grade?
And since we're not going to get the chat logs, that clearly shows that he did something illegal or he would release them. The only reason he's not releasing them is because he doesn't want to go to jail. And if you don't believe me that he literally said that he did this himself, let's pull that up and take a look at it again. And in quotations, the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the effing bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. I guess that's why he apologized to his community and to his sponsors instead of his wife when he had an affair. Well, the first affair, not the one with the trans woman. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility. Well, he's not accepting responsibility here, or we would have those chat logs, like I said, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. We're going to talk about them in a minute. Don't worry, that is important as well. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and we made the painful decision to collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambition and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture and have carefully crafted. I'm gonna skip the next one because it doesn't matter. Here we have highlighted, were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Now, he did delete this from the tweet in an edit before deleting the entire tweet afterwards. So, once again, his own words, so he did delete them and then later the entire tweet. So not only did he admit to the crime, but he then deleted it after editing it, further showing guilt. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely yes. He's lying. Why would you have a sexually charged conversation with someone you don't plan to meet up with? I've been around, and I know. We know. If you know, you know. I'm not talking about with the underage, however. But if you know, you know. You're not gonna have a conversation like that unless you plan to do the thing. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. Now, it is very possible that no pictures were shared, no videos were shared. It's quite possible that there was no sexting. That is absolutely true. The bottom line is, illegalities definitely happen. You don't get banned from Twitch and then kicked out of your game studio just because you had some kind of locker room talk with someone in a whisper. That's not how that works. And we'll get into the Midnight Society stuff in just a minute. What it comes down to is this is literally a confession. So let's talk about Midnight Society and the game studio. He says that they decided to split amicably and just a bunch of horseshit, honestly, because matter of fact, the game studio had their own tweet, and it had nothing to do with what Doc said himself. They actually said on Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved, and in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. For this reason, we're terminating our relationship with Dr. Disrespect immediately. So he was literally fired from the game studio. They go on to say that while these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, that means that they're true, by the way, because they're not happy to hear it, but they do know that it is in fact real. It is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of all individuals involved, especially the 55 developers and families, their team. Of course, protect yourself from the pedo in your ranks. Get rid of it. However, there's also a tweet from Robert Bowling, the CEO of the game studio, that came out later that says, "This is a statement from me personally. It does not reflect any of the company and has not gone through any legal or PR approvals." Essentially, this is saying he's not speaking on behalf of the company, but he is the CEO. And this is the guy that co-founded with Dr. Disrespect. If you inappropriately message a minor, I cannot work with you, period. I promised to only act on facts, and I did. Once again, we have the person that Dr. Disrespect co-founded the studio for his game with saying that this actually happened and that he is a pedo. So if literally the guy he started a business with and is developing a game with isn't enough for you, we also have Dr. Lupo going on record, who literally built his streaming career and worked on this game with him as well, saying how he feels about it, and once again proving that this really did happen. Listen to Dr. Lupo. Catch you on the flip.
Crazy how Lupo just turns on people? Bitch, what? You want me? What the fuck do you expect? What? You should hold every person that you respect accountable for their mistakes, too. So in the situation where a person that I was working with consistently on both game development and my career as a streamer at the same time, we had collaborated multiple times. Suddenly it turns out that years ago he tried to message a minor to solicit them for sex, and it got caught, and that's why it didn't happen. You expect me to not turn my back? Bro, y'all, there's no way you do not have fucking brain damage from this. There's absolutely no way. If anywhere along that path you go, oh, that's fine, you got something fucked up in your head, dude. I don't give a shit. Clip it, put it on LSF, tag him. I don't give a fuck, dude. He messaged a 17-year-old when he was in his late 30s with a child and married, trying to solicit them for sex. And every single time he talks about it, it's going to be sugar-coated. It's going to be dumbed down, because at what point do you expect someone to say, yeah, I wanted to fuck a teenager? Do you think he's going to say that? Fuck no. He's going to make it look better for himself every single time. There is no place along that. It doesn't matter if it's Tyler. If it was my fucking brother, I would say the same shit. Because you do not defend that. There's no defending it. Okay? Get your fucking head out of the gutter. The brain rot is fucking killing some of you, and it blows my fucking mind. Yeah, he's going to have a fuckload of people over there that are watching him because they don't give a shit. They just want their fucking balloon animals from their clown and to move on because that's the community that he's grown. That's fine. Whatever. I don't give a shit. But if you expect me to associate with that, or anybody that has any respect for themselves to associate with that in any way, you're fucking lost, dude. It's very clear cut. He said on Twitter himself that he messaged a minor and they were inappropriately. He said those words himself. Yeah, he went and deleted it, tried to edit it multiple times. But y'all, what the fuck is wrong with you? Pull your heads out of your asses. This is not a thing to argue about. This ain't like support. This isn't a cultural thing. It's not like some singular event at a time. This is a dude tried to fuck a teenager. Done. Yeah, well, Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld's fucking gross too. I see people bring that shit up all the time. Still disgusts me as well. Seinfeld was a shit show anyway, but that's besides the point. It's that. That's it. Done. He messaged a 17-year-old while in his late 30s trying to fuck. Done. The end. Got it? Don't be fucking weird. Log out of your PCs, go out, touch grass, and think about reality. Is there a place for forgiveness? Not from me. There's some shit that you just don't do, man. don't know, trying to fuck a teenager doesn't seem like the right thing to do to me.
So with all of this evidence, he absolutely refuses to release the chat logs. I wonder why he's mocking everyone if the chat logs could clear his name the way he claims that they could.
Show the message. Release the messages. Show the messages.
His wording throughout his entire live stream where he addressed this were on purpose. He chose every word the best he could. I showed you in the last video, he literally had bullet points like a script on screen reflecting in his glasses. So he did deny planning to meet up with this person. I don't believe that, number one. But number two, it doesn't matter. It is illegal to speak to a minor in a sexual manner, period. It doesn't matter if you plan to meet up, exchange photos, or any of that. It is a felony to do so. And he talks about the jurisdiction of where they live. Once again, the United States federal law states you cannot cross state or country lines in or out of the US or to any state within all 50 to do these gross things. That includes communicating over the internet. As far as Twitch is concerned, I've gotten so many people saying that why did Twitch pay him out and why would they do this or that? The fact is, 2017, I know a lot of you saying this still have your fingers in your nose trying to plug up the snot that's running out. It's okay, mommy will change you soon. The fact is, in 2017, we're smack in the middle of the Me Too movement, and there was a huge amount of controversy actually going on with Twitch and booby streamers, as well as one of the most prominent female streamers telling her story the week that this happened. She was telling her story about her own assault. Twitch would absolutely cover this up and throw money at every party involved to keep it quiet. That way they did not have to deal with the PR, because it would have been a nightmare. And now we've talked about Dr. Lupo, we've talked about Midnight Society, we've talked about the CEO and the entire company's statement, but on top of that, Nick Merckx has also made a statement about how he wants nothing to do with Dr. Disrespect, another of his close friends saying it is true. Now, Nick Merckx is an absolute scumbag on his own right, but that's a whole nother story. If Nick Merckx is saying it, that should tell you something. Tim the Tatman has also came on record and saying, yeah, nah, I want nothing to do with it. The bottom line is, narcissists will never admit their wrongdoings. They will go down with the ship. They cannot be wrong. Their pride will not let them. Dr. Disrespect is going to continue to obfuscate, move the goalposts, throw people under the bus, do whatever he can to make himself look better. That's what a narcissist does, and especially a pedo narcissist. If you're still listening and defending Doc, you should think about why you are okay with a then 35-year-old man trying to do things to a girl that still has homework. That is disgusting. You are disgusting. All of this information is right here in front of your face. There is literally no way this guy did not do this. Again, admitted it himself. All of his friends said he did it. His video game company CEO said he did it, and the company fired him. Twitch banned him. YouTube demonetized him, and all of his sponsors dropped him. There is a reason everyone walked away from him, and it's because he is a disgusting, dirty, old man. If you are going to support Dr. Disrespect, you are a special kind of freak. Have no respect for women, and you have no right to be around children because you're probably no better than he is. But alright guys, I'm not going to make another video on this. I just wanted to lay all of the facts out in one place. That way people will stop yapping when they don't know what they're talking about and they're just listening to the BS that's falling out of Guy Beam's mouth. Until next time, leave me alone and like the video.
Please file all complaints to the Department of No One Gives a Damn.